What's up everyone? In today's guide, I will be breaking down on how to build a sub DPS and support Thoma. Personally, I don't think he should be used as the main DPS. His damage scaling isn't as high compared to other 4-star and 5-star units, and additionally his skill and burst cooldown is way too long for him to be even used as a main DPS. And now, without further ado, let's get into the guide. So first off, I'll start off with Thoma's talents. His elemental skill, Blazing Blessing, does a flying kick that deals AoE pyro damage and summons a blazing barrier, which is his shield. Additionally, it applies pyro on himself, which can be helpful when you need to cleanse yourself, and the damage absorption scales off of Thoma's HP. It absorbs 250% of pyro damage, and when a new blazing barrier is obtained, the remaining damage absorption of the existing barrier will stack and the duration will refreshen. Next, his elemental burst, Crimson or Yuri, I'm not sure if I said that properly, will apply pyro when the active character does their normal attack. Additionally, it will also cast a shield. So now we'll look at his passives. His first passive, Imbricated Armor, will increase the shield strength when the character obtains or refreshes a blazing barrier, and this will proc every 0.3 seconds. His second passive, Flaming Assault, increases his burst damage by 2.2% of Thoma's HP, and his last passive, Snap and Swing, can increase the chance of getting a double catch in fishing by 20%. Okay, so now the artifacts. Thoma can actually use a lot of different artifact sets, but his best is 4-piece emblem. The 2-piece set gives him that 20% energy recharge, which he definitely needs, and the 4-piece increases his burst damage greatly. But since a lot of characters require 4-piece emblem to the point that it isn't even funny anymore, you can also give him 2-piece Crimson and 2-piece Noblesse, or 2-piece Crimson and 2-piece Glad/Simawana, if you're using him as a sub DPS. If you want to just use him as a supporting character, then you can give him 2-piece Millelith and 2-piece Emblem. I do not recommend 4-piece Noblesse just because his burst requires a lot of energy, and since it does, it means you won't be able to proc the 4-piece Noblesse set as often. Lastly, I do not think you should do hybrid builds with Thoma just because his damage scaling already isn't that high. It is better just to build him either as a sub DPS or either as a supporting character. As for the artifact subsets, the flower will be flat HP, the feather will be flat attack, the goblet will always be pyro damage bonus, the circlet will be either crit rate or crit damage, and finally, the sands will be HP percentage because his burst scales off of HP. For a low investment Thoma, you can give him an HP sands, an HP circlet, and an HP goblet. So now we'll look at his weapons. Thoma's best in slot weapon is the Staff of Thoma. Staff of Homa. This will increase his HP and provide him an additional attack bonus. He can also use other crit weapons such as the Jade Spear, Blackcliff Pole, and even Deathmatch. These are great options because they will provide a nice crit substat if you're looking for that 1-to-2 ratio. Energy recharge weapons are also a great option on him since he requires a lot of energy. Additionally, this can increase your burst damage if you are using 4-piece emblem. The catch is the best free-to-play option. You can also use Kitten Crossbear, but the EM stat won't help Thoma as much. Prototype Star Glitter can also be used. Engulfing Lightning is the best 5-star energy recharge weapon option for Thoma. It gives you that nice attack bonus which scales off of energy recharge. You can also give him Skyward Spine, but the passive isn't as useful to Thoma. Lastly, you can also give him Favonia's Slants. This is especially good if you want to catch particles on your other characters. The new weapon, Waybreaker's Fin, is also a great option for Thoma, especially if he's paired with other units that have a lot of ER like Shincho. And if you just want him as a supporting character, then you can also give him Black Tassel, which by now almost everyone has. Next up are his Constellations. Constellations 1-5 help Thoma's kit a lot. They either decrease his skill and burst cooldown, increase his burst duration, and provide more energy. His last constellation increases the normal, charged, and plunging attack of other characters that are in his shield by 15% for 6 seconds. And now finally, his team comps. Since Thoma can apply Pyro, since he's a Pyro enabler, and he can provide you pyro resonance with another pyro character such as Bennett, and most importantly provide a shield. Overall, it just means he can be used in a lot of team comps. I personally use him with Child. Xiaoling is replaced with Thoma since he can provide pyro, and then that leaves room for Kazuha. Unfortunately, I do not have Kazuha, but Sucrose is a great alternative. And lastly, the slot is for Bennett. This is a great team. Child never gets hit, and there's that constant pyro application for Child so he can vaporize. He can also be used with Hu Tao. For example, you can do Hu Tao, Shincho, Bennett, and Thoma. And his own pyro application won't vaporize as often with Shincho. Most importantly, if Bennett is replaced with Thoma, this means you can add a Nemo character to your team, like Kazuha. And Kazuha can easily swirl Thoma's pyro application compared to swirling Hu Tao's pyro application. Most importantly, Thoma is a shielding unit, which means if you do have other shielding units such as Zhongli, Diona, and even Noelle, well, they can be used on another floor of the Abyss. Lastly, Hu Tao's normal attack will make Thoma's shield stronger. The same could also be said for Yoimiya's team since she applies normal attacks quite often. She can also strengthen / charge Thoma's shield easily. Thoma can also be used in a double Anemo and Pyro team, where Thoma can provide a shield and Pyro resonance. Overall, you can get creative with him. He can be used in a lot of team comps. So that's it for this video. Hopefully this guide was informative. If you liked the video, please leave a like, drop down a comment, and maybe even subscribe. I am new to YouTube, so if there is anything that I can do better, please let me know by leaving a comment down below. Thank you for watching.